Now this is our next problem in the chapter motion in a plane. The problem is based on graph, velocity versus time graph. Question is like this. A velocity time graph is shown in the figure. This is the figure where velocity versus time graph is given to you, and some questions are asked on this graph. First question, initial speed of car. Now when time is 0, the velocity of car is 0. That means the initial speed of car, it becomes 0 meter per second. Then second question, maximum speed attained by car. So see in this graph, as time increases, the speed of car also goes on increasing, and it achieves maximum value at point A. So at point A, the velocity of that car is 20, that is speed of the car is 20 meter per second. So maximum speed attained by car is 20 meter per second. Later on that speed remains constant and then it decreases. Third question, part of graph showing 0 acceleration. So see here, this is the first part OA, where velocity or we can say speed goes on increasing. So it indicates positive acceleration. This is second, where the speed of car remains constant, and we know that if speed or velocity of any body remains constant, its acceleration will be 0. So part of graph showing 0 acceleration, it is part AB. Part AB. Then fourth question, part of graph showing constant retardation. So this is first part, this is second part, and remaining is third part. We can say BC. So see here, from point B to C, the speed of car decreases with respect to time, and decreasing speed will indicate negative acceleration. That negative acceleration is also called as retardation. So the part of graph showing constant retardation is part BC. And the last question, distance traveled by car in first 6 seconds. So for this 6 seconds, first 6 seconds, we have to find out distance. So to find out distance, we can use velocity into time. It is nothing but distance or displacement. So for part OA, we can find out distance by area of this triangle. OA, let it be D. So in triangle OAD, distance, I will say S1, first distance, and this time interval is 3 seconds. So distance S1, it is equal to area of triangle OAD, and it is nothing but half base into height. So base is 3 seconds and height is 20. Height is 20. So it becomes 30 meter. So it is for first 3 seconds. Then for part AB, so area below this straight line AB, it is nothing but rectangle. So S2, second distance for the time interval 3 to 6 seconds. So this distance is nothing but area of rectangle AB, suppose ABDE. So it is nothing but length into breadth. So length now again 3 to 6 means this time interval is 3. Remember, first time interval is we have count for 3 seconds, first 3 seconds, and second time interval it is again for 3 seconds. So length is 3 and breadth, that means height, again it is 20. So it becomes 60 meter. So total distance is nothing but S1 plus S2. S1 area of first triangle, S2 area of rectangle. So S1 plus S2, S1, the value of S1 is 30 meter and the value of S2 is 60 meter. So it becomes 90 meter. This is your final answer. This is next problem. Problem number 5. A man throws a ball to maximum horizontal distance of 80 meter. Calculate the maximum height reach. So this problem is basically from projectile motion. So whenever we get maximum horizontal distance, so horizontal distance is nothing but range, and when we get maximum range, if the angle is 45 degree, angle of inclination is 45 degree, angle of projection is 45 degree. So when theta is 45, we get R max, maximum horizontal distance. So R max is given to you, R max is 80 meter, and we have to find out, calculate maximum height reach. So this is height h, maximum height reach. So whenever theta is 45 degree, there is particular relation between R max and h, and that relation is R max is equal to 4 times h, maximum height achieved by the body during projectile motion. So h is, it becomes R max by 4. R max is 80 meter divided by 4. So answer is 20 meter. So this is next problem, problem number 6 from question 3, motion in a plane. A particle is projected with speed v0 at an angle theta to horizontal on an inclined surface making angle phi, where phi is less than theta, to horizontal. Find the range of projectile along inclined surface. So imagine diagram here, particle is projected with particular velocity and it is projected from inclined surface. So this is inclined surface which makes angle phi with horizontal. This is horizontal surface. Then it is projected with particular velocity v0. Suppose this is velocity v0, velocity of projection, and with certain angle theta. So this is the angle theta. This is angle theta. Obviously phi is less than theta. So we have to find out this range of that particle cover on the inclined surface. So in this diagram, firstly we have to use the equation of projectile motion. So equation of projectile motion is y is equal to tan theta x minus g upon 2u square cos square theta x square. Remember this equation, this first bracket it represent alpha and this second bracket it represent beta. Alpha is tan theta and beta is g upon 2u square cos square theta. So here u is velocity. So in problem velocity is given to you v0 square. Velocity is v0, therefore the term becomes 2v0 square cos square theta, outside the bracket x square. So from this figure, y it is vertical displacement and x is horizontal displacement. So if I consider this is point O, A, B. So in triangle OAB, cos phi it is x by r, that means x is equal to r cos phi, that is the horizontal displacement, and to relate y and x we can use trigonometric function tan phi. Tan phi is equal to y by x, therefore y is equal to x tan phi. So substitute this value y is equal to x tan phi in this equation of projectile motion, that is in equation 1. So substitute here, what we get, x tan phi is equal to x tan theta minus g upon 2v0 square cos square theta outside the bracket x square. So we can divide by x as x is common term for, so we get tan phi is equal to tan theta minus g upon 2v0 square cos square theta x square. X, simply x here. So shift here, shifting the term, g upon 2v0 square cos square theta x is equal to tan theta minus tan phi. Tan theta minus tan phi. Then multiply here, x is equal to 2v0 square cos square theta by g in bracket tan theta minus tan phi. So x is nothing but r cos phi, and we have to find out r here. So substitute value of x, r cos phi, then 2v0 square cos square theta we can multiply to this both term. So what we get, 2v0 square upon g, sin theta is nothing but tan theta is nothing but sin theta upon cos theta. So one cos theta will be cancelled, so it becomes sin theta cos theta minus cos square theta into tan phi. Tan phi means sin phi by cos phi. So r cos phi we can represent here. So r is equal to 2v0 square by g cos phi in bracket sin theta into cos phi, sin theta into cos theta. We can multiply this cos phi here. So sin theta cos phi minus cos square theta sin phi divided by cos phi. So we can write it sin cos phi, we can take common here, and cos theta we can take common here, cos theta. So what we get, r 2v0 square cos theta upon g cos phi in bracket sin theta cos phi minus cos theta sin phi upon cos phi. So it is nothing but, we can use here trigonometric formula, sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. So we can write it as 2v0 square cos theta upon g cos square phi, g cos square phi, and this is expansion of sin a minus b, that means sin theta minus phi, sin theta minus phi, sin theta into cos phi minus cos theta into sin phi. So this is your final answer.